Good afternoon and welcome to Tyler, Texas. Game 2 of the doubleheader. This should be a 7. The first game went extra innings, 8-inning affair, as the Bengals were able to secure the 8-6 win in extra innings over the Apaches. The Apaches dropped game 1 last night 4-1 as these two teams do battle as we're getting ready for game 2. Let's go through the lineups for you. Not a whole lot of change for either club, but there are a couple of changes, so let's go through them. Leading off for the Bengals, they are now 36-1 or 37-1 after the game 1 win today. The Apaches 28-10 on the year. Let's go through the starting lineups for both clubs. Leading off in center field, Zach LaFleur. Batting second, left fielder Will Watson. The right fielder Oren Vion will bat third. Nick Combs, the third baseman, will bat in the cleanup spot for the Bengals. Turner Francis plays first base and bats fifth. Mark Fontenot will get a start here. He's pinch hit a couple times in the first 2 games. He'll get the start as the DH in the 6th spot. Michael Clavery will play short once again and bat 7th. Hunter Fiducia will catch and bat 8th. And Jansen Bork will bat in the 9th spot. He got the big hit in game 1 of the doubleheader here to give the Bengals an 8-6, a 2-out, 2-strike double in the top of the 8th inning. That was the difference in game 1. So Bork will bat in the 9th spot and play second base once again for the Bengals. On the mound for the Bengals, Braxton Smith, the freshman from Orange, Texas. For the Apaches, well, their lineup will look something like this. Leading off at second base, Matt McCusick. Batting second, Hunter Wells at short. Left fielder Mason Mallard bats third. Nathan Methman, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Jordan Trahan, the designated hitter, back in the 5 spot. Colton Whitehouse bats sixth. He plays third base. Jace Campbell back and right. And he'll bat 7th. Brenton Schwab will get the start behind the plate here. First time he'll start in this series. He'll bat 8th. And the center fielder, Jared Pauly, will bat in the 9 position for the Apaches. On the mound for the Apaches, the right-handed sophomore from White House, Texas, Ryan Cheatham. Cheatham gets the start. Coach is going over the ground rules. Not a whole lot to talk about here. Maybe they're talking about the Masters. Jordan Spieth holding on to a 3-stroke lead. He is just gave a stroke back on 10. He had got it to 7 under and just gave 1 back, so he's at 6 under. And looks like he's got a 3-stroke lead over Willett at the moment. It's like somebody's in the clubhouse at 1 under. That's probably the lowest score in so far. Casey Rose at 1 under. There's a slew of them at 1 under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 golfers at 1 under, and then 3 more at even par. Spieth out there comfortably at 6 under, but he's got a lot to play here, and some of those tougher holes at Augusta are staring him in the face. So there's your Masters update. So if you're a golfer or a golf fan, you may have that on the TV while you're watching this one on the computer. Appreciate hearing from old former Apache and former coach at LSU-Eunice, Jordan Vieira. I hope old Jordan is still listening and watching. A little shout out to someone who's got ties to both of these teams. Of course, Jordan played for the Apaches and coached for the Apaches, and then he went to the dark side. Went down and coached for Coach Willis down at LSU-E. And a big shout out to former Apache Jordan Vieira. We are just a moment or two away from Game 2 starting. The coaches have had their say at home plate, and the Apaches taking the field. Glad you're with us for Game 2 of the doubleheader. The Apaches going to try to get at least 1 out of 3 here. 2 good baseball games between 2 good programs so far. And the Apaches have not been able to muster a win just yet. You can see why both these clubs have good traditions as they're putting some good baseball out there. Had some exciting action in game one here today. And, of course, last night, a similar type of game. We had a rain delay last night, about an hour and 20-minute rain delay. And it was tied at 1-1 with both number ones going at it. And obviously both coaches had to shut those guys down. And it was the battle of the bullpens. And the difference in the game was a 3-run sixth inning by the Bengals. They were able to muster 3 runs quickly after the rain delay, and they held on to get the 4-1 win last night. Of course, the first game in the doubleheader today went to the Bengals 8-6 in extra innings. On the mound for the Apaches, taking his warm-up tosses, is Ryan Cheatham. Let's go through the defense for you before we get to him. In left is Mason Mallard, Jared Pauly in center, Jace Campbell in right. Around the infield, Colton Whitehouse at third, Hunter Wells at short, Matt McCusick at second, Nathan Methvin at first, Brenton Schwab behind the plate. On the mound, the sophomore from Whitehouse, right-handed Ryan Cheatham, 6'1" and 200. 6-2 with a 2.49 ERA. This is his 10th appearance of the year and his 9th start. First pitch swinging is Zach LaFleur, and Paulie's got it for out number 1. We are underway at 4:32 Central Time. So it's an F8 if you're scoring at the house. LaFleur is done here in the first inning. Let's double check the old weather channel, give you a temperature stamp here as this one starts. First pitch to Will Watson is outside, ball 1. 73 degrees at game time. So, trying to think what the we're right where we started game 1 at, so we haven't gone up at all. Thought we might. I'm sure that's accurate. I'm sure I'm not buying that. We'll refresh. Sure enough, 73. Do have a southwesterly breeze which goes across from right to left here today. So the ball's for the right-handed batters that pull it. They're going to get a little bit of a nudge. 2-1 now on Will Watson. Check swing did not go. Schwab wants to check it. And old Mr. Goolsby down there says no go. 3 balls and a strike to Will Watson. Ryan Cheatham, 6-2 on the year. Swing and a miss by Watson. And it's a full count. Cheatham 6-2 with a 2.49 ERA. Again, his 10th appearance, 9th start. 50 2/3, 40 strikeouts, 18 walks. Ground ball up the middle. Hunter Wells can't get there. And it's the first hit of the game. There goes the no-hitter. And Watson is aboard here in the first. The Bengals 37-1 on the season. Kind of see they just they hang around, and they don't just hang around. When they get it going, they're a dangerous club, and they got some good arms. Seem to play enough defense to make that work. Pickoff attempt. Watson's back easily, and here is Oren Vion, right fielder. Vion has DH'd in the previous 2 games. First pitch swing, and he crushes it to center, but it's right at Paulie for the second out. It's going to be an L8 in my score sheet. Here's Nick Combs. So Coombs, yeah, I misspelled that. It's Coombs. Coombs steps in for the first time against Ryan Cheatham. Coombs had a couple of hits in the first game today, and he got 1 hit last night. He's got 3 hits in the series. First pitch is in there for strike 1. You can see that breeze blowing Cheatham's jersey. Apache's wearing the sweet whites today, and the Bengals wearing those purple tops with the gold and white trim and the gray pants, just like the mothership down at Baton Rouge. LSU Tigers. Check swing did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the first. Just getting started at Mike Carter Field. Bengals trying to sweep the Apaches. You know, 3-game set. These two teams will meet up again in a couple of weeks down in Eunice for the same format, 3-game series. Runner going, throw down by Schwab is going to be in time. Looked like he tagged him on the arm. Watson is out, caught stealing. And that'll be it for the Bengals here in inning number 1. The Apaches will come in and take their first look at Braxton Smith. We'll be back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's run back down through that Apache lineup for you. McCusack will lead it off. Hunter Wells bats second. Mason Mallard bats third. Nathan Methvin will bat cleanup. Jordan Trahan bats fifth. Colton Whitehouse bats sixth. Jace Campbell bats seventh. Brenton Schwab will bat eighth. And Jared Pauly in the 9 spot for the Apaches. Defensively for the Bengals, Will Watson in left. Zach LaFleur in center. Oren Vion in right. Around the infield, it's Coombs, Clavery, Bork, and Francis. Behind the plate, Hunter Fiducia. On the mound, the right-handed freshman from Orange, Texas, Braxton Smith. 5'11" right-hander. 2-0 on the year with a 3.38 ERA. First pitch in there for strike one to Matt McCusack. One of the interesting things is this is the first start of the year. It's his 8th appearance of the year. They have all been out of the bullpen until today. Smith gets his first start of the year. 26 and 2/3, 33 strikeouts, 10 walks. Looping fly ball down into the left field bleachers. That's what I call my foul ball catchers down there. Pretty rare to get some people sitting up there. I actually have a lady from Eunice down there in that bleachers. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be an infield single for Matt McCusack, so we won't have a no-hitter today. No-hitter is now gone for Braxton Smith. 1B4 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Hunter Wells. Hunter Wells, 1 hit in 5 at-bats in game 1 today. That was McCusack's second hit of the day. He was 1 for 5 as well. First one went 8 innings, so I don't know if we verified this, but this should be a 7-inning game. Anyone verify that?
I don't think so.
You don't?
What did we play? 8 or 9?
Ground ball to second, throw to short, got the lead runner. And umpire hasn't called him out yet. Wow. Well, that's a I don't know. The field umpire asked the umpire at home plate to make that call. It was an out at second, no question. Cusack was out. But kind of an unusual turn of events right there. So Wells is aboard with the fielder's choice. There's 1 out, and here's Mason Mallard. First pitch low, and it's 1-0. Well, you don't often see that. The field umpire deferring to home plate umpire on a play at second. And I'm not sure he saw it. And I guess to his credit, he asked for help. 2 balls and no strikes to Mason Mallard. Mallard 2 for 5 in game 1. Pretty sure this is just going to be a 7-inning game. Grounder off the foot of Mallard, and he's going to crumble in a heap at home plate. Let's hope he's okay. Oh, and right off his foot. Pretty sure it was his left foot. looks like he's holding his ankle area, so that hurts. Home plate umpire trying to give him a minute to gather himself. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner aboard. Wells is at first. Next pitch misses inside, 3-1 now. Both teams with 1 hit. Braxton Smith on the mound. Pops it up center field. Shouldn't be a problem for Zach LaFleur. And he makes the one-handed grab. 2 hands to you in the big leagues there, right, Jordan? It's going to go as an F8, 2 outs. And here's Nathan Methvin. I'll just tell you, very few outfielders today catch the ball with 2 hands. And if you do that when I'm in the dugout, you're going to hear it. 2 outs and 1 runner aboard. Here's Nathan Methvin. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. Braxton Smith, 8th appearance of the year, but his first start of the season for the Bengals, who are now 37-1. Fastball misses, no, wrong. It's a strike. Sorry about that. The Apache faithful, like myself, were surprised at the strike call, but nonetheless, my opinion doesn't matter. Here's the 1-1. Looping liner into left field. That's a hit. So Methvin, 1 for 1 in this one so far. 1B7. Wells goes to second. 2 outs. Here's Jordan Trahan. Last weekend we saw this big fella drive in about 10 or 11, 12 runs in 3 games. 2 grand slams in 2 ball games. He had quite a weekend last weekend against Carl Albert. Not quite as productive here this weekend against Eunice. Look out, almost got the big guy. Trahan did get a single in game 1 today. Last night got an RBI sac fly. The only run that the Apaches scored was a sac fly by Trahan, so trying to get him back on track a little bit. Here's the 1-0. Got in on the hands of Jordan. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Braxton Smith takes some time to get his signs. Comes set. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner, 1-2. That's a perfect pitch right there. Okay, is this guy wearing a mask? Okay, I was trying to figure out what was going on there. And so Braxton Smith has a protective mask in front of his face. So I'm not sure if he's had an injury or just trying to prevent one. There's a looping liner into left. Coach Wren's going to send the runner. Wells is going to make a bid for home plate. The throw is not in time, and the Apaches take a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Jordan Trahan. Well, Trahan continues to pile up the RBIs. As going into this one, let's see here. For Trahan, RBI number 39 on the season. Here's Colton Whitehouse, 6th batter of the inning for the Apaches. They have 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. The Apaches were able to take a lead in last night's game. They did not. Well, they took the 5-1 lead in game 1 today, but again, the bats of the Bengals came roaring back, tied it, and eventually won it. There's a line shot foul. Look out over in the Bengal dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Colton Whitehouse. Whitehouse 0 for 3 in game 1, couple of strikeouts for his first hit today. 1-1 pitch, low, 2-1. Whitehouse did get 2 hits in last night's game. Apaches, again, 28-10 on the season. The Bengals 37-1. There's a tapper, and that goes off the leg of Colton Whitehouse. So a couple of Apaches hit some foul balls off their legs, and Whitehouse umpire actually called for a trainer to come out, and Whitehouse is slowly getting to his feet. He'll shake that off and get back in the batter's box. Two count with 2 outs, 2 runners aboard. Braxton Smith on the mound for the Bengals. Here's the pitch. Low, 3-2. Runners will be moving with this pitch. Smith uses that inside move to try to keep Methvin off balance at second, and Whitehouse just barely got a piece of that. And the catcher, Hunter Fiduccio, could not hold on to it, so he'll get another crack at it. 3-2, 2 outs. Smith comes set. Here's the pitch. Line drive center field. LaFleur got room, makes the grab. F8. But the Apaches get 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2 guys on. We'll go to the second. Your new score for Mike Carter Field, 1-0 Apaches. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to Mike Carter. Top of the second inning. I know there's some excitement going on in Augusta, but you got to stay with us, folks. Looks like Jordan Spieth has only got a 1-stroke lead. Westwood just eagled, come within 2. Ground ball to short. Hunter Wells fields it, throws across, got him. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nick Coombs is out 6-3. Here's Turner Francis. Oh, the Masters, always fun to watch. You just kind of hope, I do, that the Texas guy, Spieth, holds on. But he's got a lot of work to do. Turner Francis. Still a lot of good golfers right in the mix there at the Masters. Whitehouse picks it at third, makes a good strong throw. There's 2 outs. Francis is out on the 5-3. And here's Mark Fontenot, the designated hitter. Fontenot has gotten a couple of at-bats this weekend as a pinch hitter. And Coach Willis gives him the nod as the starter here in Game 3. Apaches lead at 1-0. First pitch in there for strike 1. Ryan Cheatham works here in the 2nd inning. Cheatham's 10th outing of the year, his 9th start. 6-2 for the sophomore from Whitehouse. A 1 pitch outside corner. And it's 0-2. I thought it was off the plate a little bit, but Mr. Umpire can keep this thing moving. Ground ball right off of Cheatham's glove. He'll pick it up, toss it over, and that's it. A quick inning for Cheatham here in the 2nd. Couple 6-3, 5-3, 1-3. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Apaches hold on to a 1-0 lead. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, well, the bottom fell out for Jordan Spieth. He's now in 3rd or 4th place. He just, what did he post? Did he post a snowman? Golly. He went from 5 under to 1 under in 1 hole on the 12th. That would be a, quadruple bogey? So he got an 8. He posted a snowman. No, it's a 7 on a par 3. Golly. Well, now he's got a major hill to climb, so Willett Westwood now fighting it out, top of the leaderboard. Jace Campbell back at baseball. Here we go. Jace Campbell. 7, 8, and 9 for the Apaches. Campbell, Schwab, and Pauly scheduled to come to home plate against Braxton Smith, the freshman from Orange, Texas. Two balls, 1 strike. Nobody on and nobody out. Top of the 2nd. Apaches lead 1-0. Line shot off the glove of Coombs. Can't get a glove on it. That's going to be a base hit for Jace Campbell. And that's going to bring up Brenton Schwab, the catcher. Schwab finished the game in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Austin Ballou has started both of the previous games here this weekend, but Coach Wren made some adjustments, and Tanner Arst pinch hit at a certain point in that game, and then here come Brenton Schwab. And Schwab's going to show bunt, pull back. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 Apaches. Coach Wren looking to play a little small ball here and maybe add a run on here in the 2nd. Schwab shows bunt, pulls back for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith comes set. There's the next pitch. Look out, right back at the mound. And I get, did he catch? It hit off a Well, the throw did, but did that ball go straight? I thought it went. I guess that was a line drive that the shortstop caught. He fired it to first, almost doubling Campbell off, but he hit Campbell right in the back. So it goes as an L6 for Brenton Schwab. Here's Jared Pauly. His first at bat against Braxton Smith. Pauly's going to show bunt, pull back for strike one. So Campbell's at first, Pauly at the plate, facing the right-handed freshman, Braxton Smith. He's thrown 31 pitches so far in this one. One out here in the second. Ground ball, first base side, chops foul. So that kind of takes the air. I don't care who wins the Masters now. Jordan Spieth just quadruple bogeyed the 12th, posted a 7 on a par 3, and now he's way down the leaderboard. He's got time to make it up, but man, oh man. Liner right up the middle again. That's going to be a base hit for Jared Pauly. Apaches with 2 runners on and only 1 out here. Single by Campbell, now a single by Pauly. And back to the top we go, Matt McCusick. McCusick came into the weekend 379 for the Apaches. 8 doubles, 18 RBIs, hitting the leadoff spot. That's where he's lived here for a while. First pitch to Matt, outside, ball 1. Singled in his first at bat here in this one. Again, this should be a 7-inning ball game. First game, 1 extra innings. So the second one automatically reverts to a 7-inning game. There's a fastball, looked to be inside. 2-0. Well, appreciate the note and the question from Mark Johnston. We should be playing a 7 here. Haven't got any confirmation on that, but every time we've played a doubleheader where the first one was a scheduled 7 and the first one goes extra, even if it goes just 8 like the first one did today, that second game automatically reverts to a 7-inning game. It has something to do with paying these umpires. So, as far as I understand it, this will be a 7-inning golf. We will try to get word to the dugout and make sure that's accurate. But as far as I know, this is going to be a 7-inning ball game. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch, right down Broadway in the loop. Strike 2. Matt McCusick trying to get his second hit of the ball game. Braxton Smith on the mound would love a double play ball right here. Well, you see a lot of the softballers now wearing the protective masks. I have never seen a baseball guy wear one while he's pitching. I can see why. 2-2 pitch, just misses inside. And it's 3-2. We've already had 2 balls go whizzing by Braxton Smith's beanie here early on, so I'm glad he's got that thing on. And again, we don't know if he's maybe had an injury in his facial area or if he's just trying to prevent one. Either way, not going to quibble about the protective equipment. And I would think that right now he's taking his hat off and got a sweat going. And that's a walk to McCusick. And now the bases are loaded with Apaches. Only 1 out here in the second. Looking for more. Here's Hunter Wells. Wells hit a ground ball last time up. Reached on a fielder's choice. He did score the 1 run of the game. There's a grounder or a looper line. I'm having trouble seeing the ball. It's a double play. It's a line drive off the bat of Wells. Goes L6. This almost happened earlier in the inning. And he'll throw behind the runner at first for the double play, and that'll end the threat. So the score remains 1-0 Apaches. They get no runs in this inning. They get 2 base hits in the inning. They leave a guy on. We'll go to the top of the third inning. Your score remains Tyler 1, LSU-Eunice 0. Back in just a minute. We go to the third inning. And for the Bengals, it'll be 7, 8, and 9. Cheatham has given up a hit, but he has faced the minimum, as Will Watson was gunned down stealing second in the first inning. And the Bengals went in order in inning number 2. So it'll be Clavery, Fiducia, and Bork coming to the plate against Ryan Cheatham. Fastball outside corner evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, thought about swinging, but Bengal faithful don't like that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the third. Swing and a miss. It's the first strikeout of the game for Ryan Cheatham. And there's 1 out here in the third. Here's Hunter Fiducia, the catcher. Fiducia grounded into 2 double plays, but then turned right around and got 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats. So good job by him. Stayed locked and loaded. Fly ball left field. This is not going to be caught. That's going to one-hop the fence. Mallard gets it in. It's a stand-up double for Hunter Fiducia, and that guy has caught fire. That was a well-struck ball. He got every bit of that. Fiducia now 3 hits in a row. Like I said, game 1 today, last 2 at-bats, RBI single and a double to right. That ball was scorched. Mallard had no chance to get it. Here's Jansen Bork, the second baseman. He also got a big hit. And in similar fashion was 0 for 2 and then turned around and singled and doubled in his last 2 at-bats in game 1 today. And these 2 guys were both big factors in that 8-6 come-from-behind win. Bengals putting up their 37th win of the year on just 1 loss. First pitch missed. It's 1-0 to Bork. Well, Spieth has picked up a stroke, so how awesome would it be for him to get back and win that? Spieth now 3 strokes behind the leader, Willett. He's at 5 under. Spieth at 2 under, so he birdied 13. He's got 5 holes to come back. We'll see if he can do it. 1-1 count, spin move. They got one guy. They got a base runner in game 1 that way. And McCusick thought they might have had Fiducia right there, and umpire says nope. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Hunter Fiducia at second with a stand-up double, and Jansen Bork at the plate for the Bengals. Cheatham comes set. Here's the pitch. well outside, 2-1. Apaches have 1 run on 5 hits. Bengals still looking for their first run. They have 2 hits. Next pitch from Cheatham, outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we've had spotty sun here today. Pretty cloudy at this point. Not very many breaks in the cloud. Very pleasant temperature, 73 degrees at game time. That pitch is going to miss, and we're now full count, 3-2. Wind has died down considerably. Doesn't appear to be a factor at all right now, but all the flags just kind of hanging. 3-2 pitch, low, it's a walk. The Bengals now with 2 runners aboard with 1 out. And back to the top we go, Zach LaFleur. Flew out to center his first time up. Brenton Schwab's going to go take that long walk out to the mound, slow. And he'll hop back behind the dish. Nobody tossing in the Apache bullpen. And likewise, nothing going down in the Bengal bullpen either. Ryan Cheatham gets his sign. Facing Zach LaFleur. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Fiducia out at second. And Bork at first base. Ball missed, and it's 1-1. Fastball right down Broadway. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cheatham looking for that double play ball. Apaches have played good defense today. See some really nice double plays turned. This Apache infield, especially those 2 middle guys. Both have made spectacular plays on double play balls in game 1. And unfortunately, the guy at the plate both times was this guy at second base, Hunter Fiducia. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 Bengals aboard here. They trail 1-0. Top of the 3rd. Line shot in the left. That's a solid single. The runner is going to be held at 3rd. And the Bengals almost threw behind the runner at 3rd base, almost got him. So it's a solid single for Zach LaFleur. And now you got bases loaded with purple and gold. And here's Will Watson. Watson singled to center his first time up. Got thrown out stealing on the season. Will Watson, 292. First pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. He's one of the few guys in the everyday lineup that's below 300. Again, their team batting average is 391. Came in averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 runs a game. 0-1 pitch. Look out, it's a wild pitch, and that's going to score a run, and we're tied. Man, oh man, you hate to give runs away like that. Fiducia comes home to score on the wild pitch. Everyone else moves up a station. And you lose your double play there, and you give up a run, and we're tied 1-1. That ball just got away from Ryan Cheatham. Kind of almost a hit the bull type pitch. Schwab tried to reach up with his glove across his body, could not reach it. Tipped off his glove, but nothing he could do about it. And the wild pitch is going to tie it up. Watson stays at the plate, 1-1 count. Grounded to the third, chopper over the head of Whitehouse. And that's an RBI single. It's 2-1. Here comes the second run. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Wow. Hustling Zach LaFleur scores the second run on the hit. And it's 3-1. Bengals take the lead. Two RBI single by Will Watson. Ball was a high chopper. And Bork scored easily. It just hopped over Whitehouse's head at third base. And by the time that Mason Mallard could come in and make a throw, it was fairly close play at home plate. But LaFleur had a good turn at third, and he scored. 3-1 now. Bengals take a lead. Here's Oren Vion. Vion hit a line drive right at Jared Pauling's center to end inning number 1. So it's 3-1. Bengals come storming back in this one. Ball just misses outside. 2-0. Well, the Apaches are going to have to battle from behind here to try to salvage 1 out of 3 against the hot-hitting Bengals. Spin move to second. Pretty close, Bay. McCusick twice has thought he's had pickoffs. And the field umpire says, nope. He's got a great view. He's right there, closer than anybody in the ballpark. So Apache fans kind of grasping at straws a little bit after a 3-run inning, and they're behind again. There's a ground ball to Whitehouse at third. And that's not a good decision. Whitehouse thought he could tag the runner. Good base running by Will Watson. He just outran Whitehouse to third base. So that's going to be a fielder's choice for Vion. He'll reach on the fielder's choice. Watson goes to third, and now we're going to have a meeting of the minds on the mound. You got to take an out right there. Whitehouse trying to do a little bit more than he should have at that point. And this is where you open up the door for a big inning. You got the meat of the Bengal lineup coming to the plate. Nick Coombs. This guy, 374, 9 bombs, 57 RBIs coming into this weekend. Coombs had 2 hits in game 1 today and 1 hit last night. So you got Coombs and you got Turner Francis. Now that was a puck. I guess he did step toward third. I looked at his feet when he spun, and evidently he stepped toward third before he faked the first. First pitch took something off of that one, and Coombs way out in front. Coombs has held down third base all weekend for the Bengals. And again, came into the weekend 57 RBIs in 37 ball games. He's going to show bunt there. It's a little bit of a surprise. Coach Willis likes to keep everybody honest. Got their cleanup hitter. I will say this, that Coombs, well, yes, he did. He had an RBI in game 1 today. His first at bat, single up the middle. He does have, he's got 58 RBIs so far. Did not have an RBI in last night's game. Coombs is going to show bunt again. It's a strike. Now it's 1-2. Well, Whitehouse at third base, he's hanging back. Not sure he's buying the bunt. Now with 2 strikes, certainly going to turn him loose. Vion at first base. Will Watson at third. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nice job right there of changing speeds. Second strikeout of the inning for Ryan Cheatham, and his second strikeout of the ball game. Here's Turner Francis. Francis is the 8th batter of the inning. It's trailing 1-0. Bengals have put 3 on the board. They have 2 base runners. And Turner Francis comes up, having grounded out to third his first time up. Another snap throw over. The Apaches a little trying to keep those Bengals honest on the bases. Have thrown their share of pickoffs here in this early going of Game 2 of the doubleheader. Well, back and forth we go. That appeared to be off the plate, and it's a strike. So 0-1 on Turner Francis. Umpire's still trying to kind of lock into a zone. A 1 pitch, grounded to short. Hunter Wells will take the big hop, flip it over to McCusick at second for the final out of the inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. But the Bengals get 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave a couple guys on. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Your new score for Mike Carter, LSU-Eunice 3, Tyler 1. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Three, 4, and 5 for the Apaches here in the 3rd inning. Mason Mallard will lead it off. He flew out to left, our center his first time up. That ball's crushed to left center, and no one's getting it. It's going to 1-hop off the fence. Mallard's in with a stand-up double. That ball was absolutely crushed. First pitch swinging. Mallard getting the Apaches right back into business here. Nathan Methvin singled to left his first time up. He's 1 for 1 in this ball game. Apaches trail 3-1 here in the bottom of inning number 3. At the meat of the Apache lineup coming up against freshman from Orange, Texas, Braxton Smith. First pitch in there for a strike, and Mr. Umpire can't seem to make anybody happy here in this 3rd game of the series. Seems like every other pitch, somebody's complaining about where the ball was called a ball or a strike. That ball misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mallard at second, nobody out. Apaches now with 4 hits in this ball game. They trail, 6 hits. They trail 3-1. So they actually are ahead in the hit column. But you gotta be leading in that run column. Left-handed batting Nathan Methvin. Good to see him back on the field after that knee injury. There's a pop-up left field. This ball's hit well to left. Left fielder runs it down. Nicely done there. Will Watson. He had to run a long way to get that ball. Caught it right in front of the fence. And Mallard alertly tagged up and went to third. So with 1 out, here's Jordan Trahan. Well, it seems like you might want to pinch around Jordan here. Set up the double play, and this is RBI waiting to happen for Jordan Trahan. And Not sure what the delay is. Braxton Smith on the back of the mound. And now he gets up there. And here's Jordan Trahan. He's singled and got an RBI in the first inning. He's hit the left field. Drove in Hunter Wells. First pitch to Trahan in the dirt, ball one. So at first look, Smith not wanting anything to do with the DH Trahan. Got a base open. Would not expect anything inside here to Trahan. Here's the next one. And again, it's an off-speed pitch, low. 2-0, so another one of those unintentional, intentional walks to Jordan with a runner in scoring position and a base open. Wide open stance. Here's the 2-0. Yeah, he goes and chases something out of the zone. 2-1, so got to be disciplined here. Know what the opponent's trying to do. Get a pitch. 2-1 with one out. Mallard at third. Apaches trail 3-1. Swing and a miss. And that's a well-placed pitch there, and it's 2-2. Trahan steps in. Here's the pitch from Smith. Low, and it'll go full. Full count on Jordan Trahan. Braxton Smith comes set. Here's the next pitch. Line drive left field. That'll score Mallard, and it's a 3-2 game on the RBI single by Jordan Trahan. Trahan gets his second RBI in as many at-bats. And the score now 3-2. 7-inning ball game here in this final game of the series. It was a 9 last night. It was supposed to be a 7, but the first game went extra innings, so this one will revert to a 7. Hunter Fiducia is taking a walk out to the mound. We do have some work with a left-hander in the Bengal bullpen. Apaches now have tallied 7 hits, and the Bengals only 4, but Bengals still hold on to a 3-2 lead. Colton Whitehouse is going to step in for the Tyler Apaches. Tying run at first base in the person of Jordan Trahan. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. That's going to be into the parking lot, but well over the Camry, so we're in good shape there. He's lefty. He's got to keep an eye on him. 0-1 to Colton Whitehouse. Pops it up. Shouldn't leave the infield. Bork is under it at second, and he'll squeeze it. There's a two-handed catch. You can see that. And 4. Whitehouse is out, and there's 2 outs now for Jace Campbell. Campbell base hit to left field in his first at-bat. He's 1 for 1 here in the third game of the series. Campbell got a double in game 1 today. 1 for 2. A couple of walks. First pitch in there for strike 1. From Braxton Smith, the right-handed freshman from Orange, Texas. Smith 2-0 with a 3.38 ERA. His first start of the year, his 8th appearance overall. 0-1 pitch, fouled at home plate. It's 0-2. Heading into this ball game, Braxton Smith had thrown 26 2/3, struck out 33 batters, only walked 10. Smith comes set. Here's the 0-2. Misses inside. 1-2. We're at the 7 spot in the Apache lineup. chopper foul down the third base line. And we'll reset things at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. I'm sorry, 1 on and 2 outs. Trahan at first. Here's the pitch. Outside, nicely done by Fiducia to keep that ball from getting away from him. That ball was way outside, and he had to reach way across his body to even catch it. 2-2 and 2 outs. Next pitch, another one outside, and it's full now, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Oh, just missed. I couldn't have taken it with 2. Campbell gets the call. A good spot right there. Apaches now with 2 on and 2 out for Brenton Schwab. First pitch to Schwab, outside corner, strike 1. Schwab lined out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Michael Clavery made a nice play, tried to double up the runner at first. Eventually, they actually did that later in the inning. And Smith seems to have some problems with this release point. Ball's thrown about 4 or 5 pitches way out of the zone to these righties. And Fiducia has done a good job of just getting a glove on a couple of them. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and 2 Apaches aboard. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right side. That's going to get out of play into the right field set of bleachers. Appreciate you joining the broadcast today. Had some great college baseball this weekend with 2 really good teams going at it. Very competitive, back and forth games. This one, no different. 3-2 is our score. Bottom of the 3rd. Fly ball, center field. This should end the inning. LaFleur coming in, and now the second baseman, Bork, goes back and calls him off for the 3rd out. F4 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a couple of guys on. Your new score for Mike Carter as we go to the 4th. 3-2, the Bengals over the Apaches. All right, so Jordan Spieth trying to claw back into it in the Masters. He's 3 down, and he's got 4 holes to go. The leader has got 1 hole remaining. Willett at 5 under with 1 hole to play. So here's your Masters update. Back at baseball, top of the 4th. 2 balls and no strikes. Mark Fontenot, the DH, grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Ryan Cheatham back on the mound. There's a foul ball off the glove of Brenton Schwab. 3-2, the Bengals lead the Apaches. Top of the 4th. This is a 7-inning ball game. Ryan Cheatham continues to work here for the Apaches. Grounder up the middle, and it went off the back of the mound, and it gained just enough speed there to sneak by Hunter Wells for a leadoff single for Fontenot. Here's Michael Clavery. Clavery struck out swinging in his first at-bat here. Cheatham now at 50 pitches. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Michael Clavery. Clavery doubled, cleared the bases. He had one of the big hits in game 1 today. Bases clearing double in the 6th inning. Bengals came roaring back after being down 5-1. They scored 4 in the 6th to tie it, and eventually won it in extra innings, 8-6. But perhaps the biggest hit of the ball game was a bases clearing double by this guy, Michael Clavery. 0-2 now. Low and away, ball 1. Sun is out now here at Mike Carter. It's a pretty low cloud deck, and the clouds are breaking up here late in the afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Well hit center field. Paulie's going to go back and make the grab for out number 1. F8 if you're scoring at the house. That's going to bring up Hunter Fiducia. He doubled his last time up. Again, Fiducia with a couple of hits in game 1 today. Cheatham comes set. Misses outside, ball 1. All right, so it looks like Willett is now in the clubhouse at 5 under, so now it's all on Spieth. If he birdies out, he'll win the tournament. He's at 2 under. Westwood is in the clubhouse at 2 under. And it sure looks like Dustin Johnson has fallen to 1 under. It looks like he double bogeyed 17. Ouch. He was within two shots, and now he's back 4. So Dustin Johnson now out of the running. But Jordan Spieth, as best I can tell, has got 4 ahead of him, and he's down 3 strokes. So never know. Foul ball out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left-handed batting catcher, Hunter Fiducia. Ryan Cheatham has gone the distance for the Apaches here. 58 pitches now. And that pitch just misses. Full count now, 3-2. Apaches looking for a double play ball right here. Fiducia has picked up some steam here since his first 2 at-bats of the day. Well hit left field, high and deep. Mallard going back. He is not going to get it. It's another ball off the fence. Runner will be held at third. Another double for Hunter Fiducia. Man, that guy is probably as hot as anyone in that lineup for the Bengals. That is 3 doubles in 3 consecutive at-bats for Fiducia. That ball went off the fence. What a great piece of hitting by the catcher. Taking that pitch the other way with authority. Fontenot came all the way around to third. At one point, you thought that he might be waved home, but the coach held him up. With one out, second and third, here's Jansen Bork, the second baseman. Apache infield has to come in. Fly ball on the first pitch, well hit to center. Pauly going back and runs it down. The run will score on the sacrifice fly, and the lead is now 4-2 Bengals. Sacrifice fly to center, RBI for Bork. Fontenot scampers home, and Fiducia gets over to third. 2 outs now, top of the order. Back to Zach LaFleur. LaFleur, 1 for 2, flew out to center, and base hit to left and scored back in the third. Ball gets away from Schwab. Ball 1 in the dirt. 1-0 count to Zach LaFleur. There you go. Jordan Spieth birdies 15. He's 2 shots off the lead. There's a bunt, third base side. Not going to get him. Throw to first. Ooh, my goodness. I thought he was out at first. He was called safe. Would have been an RBI either way. Well, no, it wouldn't have. 2 outs in the inning. So it's going to be an infield single for LaFleur. He gets an RBI on the drag bunt. Fiducia came home. Coach Wren's going to go out. And he's going to give the field umpire a piece of his mind because frustration setting in. The Apaches have lost the first 2 games. And I think the field umpire may have got Coach Wren going a little bit. He's pretty animated. This is as animated as we've seen him all year. And his team has not been able to put some wins together, and now he's trying to just emphasize some points to the field umpire. He's not going to win this argument. A banger at first. I thought he was out. So did Coach Wren. And the Apache faithful here in the stands are going to kind of complain about things here. With 2 outs in the 4th inning, the Bengals have scored 2 more runs, and the lead is now 5-2. Will Watson steps in. LaFleur, got to be careful to keep an eye on him. With 2 outs, he'll look to get the second here. Not going on the first pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Jordan Spieth is now in second place. 2 strokes down with 3 to go. Pickoff, and I don't know, the Apaches... You got to watch yourself here because now you can start getting a little bit frustrated and you think everything's going against you. Runner going, throw down, not going to get him. LaFleur steals second easily. You got to keep playing hard here. Just focus on the task at hand. Sometimes a missed call here or there and you can kind of get yourself out of your game. But LaFleur steals second base. And now you got a runner in scoring position. Try to keep things right where they're at. Plenty of baseball to play here for the Apaches. Swing and a miss off speed pitch. Nicely done by Cheatham. And the count's 2 balls, 1 strike on Will Watson. Watson 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this ball game. That was LaFleur's 41st steal of the year. That's ridiculous. LaFleur's got 40. Veillon's got 31. Bork's got 29. I'm telling you, these guys got 184 steals in 38 games. 3-1 pitch. Chopper, this is a tough play. Hunter Wells catches and throws on the run. Not going to get him. Throw to home. Not in time. Everybody's safe. Keep playing the game. That's just hustle play right there by the Bengals. You knew off the bat it was going to be a tough play to make for Hunter Wells. Will Watson hustled his way down to first base and legged out an infield single. And LaFleur came all the way around and hustled home for the 3rd run of the inning. So back-to-back 3 spots have given the Bengals a 6-2 advantage. And Coach Chad Sherman goes out to the mound and probably as much as anything just trying to settle down the mind of Ryan Cheatham. He hasn't done that bad a job here. He's given up a couple of hits, 4 hits in the inning, but 2 of them have been in the infield. Some bang plays, calls that maybe don't go your way, and just trying to keep your composure and keep the lead where it's at. Coach Sherman's out there. And he'll walk off the mound. Umpire's out there. Going to break up the rock pile. 3 runs are in so far, 2 outs. Watson at first. Here's Oren Vion. Well, we've seen this all weekend as the Bengals able to put runs up in bunches. That's a fly ball deep to left center, and no one's going to catch that. Ball's off the wall. The runner's going to be sent home as Mallard kicks it around at the fence. And it's another run for the Bengals. A long fly that goes in the gap for Vion. 2B7 RBI for Vion. Watson came flying around third and scored. Well, that was not fielded cleanly at the fence. And the Apaches now find themselves in a hole, 7-2 here in the 4th inning. Bengals have scored 4 runs, and I'll just tell you, you can see how 37, they just score runs in a hurry. You look up and all of a sudden, bang, it's a 4-run inning. 8th batter of the inning, Nick Coombs, 0 for 2 in this ball game. Grounded out and struck out, inside misses. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, now you got somebody has run down to that bullpen. Muckleroy back down in the Apache bullpen. You hope you don't have to make a move here this inning, but Muckleroy's going to go down there and start getting loose. Pops it up. First base side, Methvin in foul territory. He's got room, makes the grab for the 3rd out. But the Bengals do some damage. They bring 8 batters to the plate. They get 5 hits and 4 runs. And your new score from Mike Carter, 7-2. Bengals lead the Apaches. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. The new pitcher for the Bengals is Connor Bates, freshman from Houma, Louisiana, home of Wally the Whip Whitehurst. Played with Wally back in the middle 80s at the University of New Orleans. Wally was our #1 pitcher the year we went to Omaha and played in College World Series. Connor Bates, the left-handed freshman, 5'10", taking over for Braxton Smith. some numbers on Connor Bates here in just a second. Pops it up, left side. It's Jared Pauly that's at the plate. And good night. That boy went right into the fence. The shortstop, Michael Clavery, slid right into that. He face planted that fence. He went down knees first trying to make the grab, and he is not going to surprise me. Man, that looked like it hurt. And he's going to walk back to his position. He seems to be okay. May not. I know that everybody's worried about concussions these days. He went flying in head first to that fence. Paulie's going to get another crack at things. Connor Bates gets his sign. 1 ball, 1 strike in the dirt. 2-1. Connor Bates on the year, 2-0 with a 4.71 ERA. This is 11th appearance of the year, 21 innings, 21 strikeouts, 8 walks. For the freshman from Houma, down in South Louisiana. Ground ball off the hands. Second baseman Borks up with it, fires to first. And he's called out. The throw appeared to take Francis off the bag. He caught the ball on one hop, and Paulie is out 4-3. We've seen Bork struggle a little bit with his throws. We've had 2 or 3 plays at second base for the Bengals, and most of them have been routine fielding plays, but he struggled throwing the ball, and Turner Francis has picked him up more than once today. 1 out, nobody aboard. Back to the top of the Apache lineup we go. Matt McCusick steps in. McCusick, 379 on the year. That pitch missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Apaches now trail 7-2. Swing and a miss. Big hack by McCusick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Connor Bates on in relief here in the 4th inning. Misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it looks like old Jordan's got 2 holes. He's going to have to either eagle or birdie both of them to force a playoff. Got to tip your cap to him. He's hung in there after that disastrous, 12th hole? Dropped 4 strokes in 1 hole. Swing and a miss. Cusack is down on strikes. First strikeout of the ball game for Connor Bates. And that is the first strike of the ball game for either pitcher for the Bengals. Braxton Smith did not record a strikeout in his 3 innings of work. So that's the first strikeout of Apache batters here in this ball game. First pitch off speed, outside corner, strike 1. Hunter Wells steps in from the right side against the left-handed throwing Connor Bates, the freshman from Houma, Louisiana. Breaking pitch inside, misses, and it's 1-1. Pops this one up, short right field. Vion coming on and makes the grab for the 3rd out. The Apaches go quietly here in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. Go to the 5th. 7-2 Bengals. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. 7-2. Bengals lead it. We go to the fifth inning. 5, 6, and 7. Turner Francis leads it off. He's 0 for 2 so far. Ryan Cheatham back on the mound for the Apaches. 0 and 2 quickly to Turner Francis. Cheatham started the inning with 72 pitches. 0-2 delivery. Line drive just goes foul down the first base line. Old Jordan Spieth is in the bunker at 17. Does not look good. He's going to have to hole out from the bunker. Otherwise, he's going to have to eagle 18. And at Augusta, that's not likely. Looks like his buddy, oh, not quite. The guy he's playing with just almost hit into the bunker as well. Strike 3 called. And 1 up and 1 down, Turner Francis. Backwards K. And stepping in now is designated hitter Mark Fontenot. That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Ryan Cheatham. Fontenot singled and scored back in the 4th inning. We're in the top of the 5th. He actually led the inning off with a single to center field. 0-1 pitch from Cheatham. In on the hands, and nice job there by Fontenot. Fouls it off. 0-2. Cheatham working a little bit quicker this inning. 0-2 pitch coming up. Low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, nobody aboard. Top of the 5th. This is a scheduled 7 now because of the first game going extra. There's another backwards K. So Cheatham coming on strong here in the 5th. Strikeout number 4 of the ball game. 2nd in a row. That's going to bring up Michael Clavery. Clavery 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to center field. Ground ball. Second base. McCusick up with it. Throws from his knees. Got him. Nice play by Matt McCusick. It's a quick and clean 5th inning for Ryan Cheatham. You got to get some runs for the guy. Doing a good job on the mound that inning. 7-2. Bengals hold on to a lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. The meat of their lineup, Mallard, Methvin, and Trahan coming to the plate. They need some runs here. Getting late in the 3rd game. This one should be a 7 after going extras in Game 1. Game 1 was an 8-6 Bengal win. They won 4-1 last night. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Mason Mallard. Pop up. Shortstop, Clavery under it. Now he's coming in and makes the grab for the first out. F6 if you're scoring at the house. 1 up and 1 down here in the 5th. Nathan Methvin. Methvin 1 for 2 so far in this ball game. Base hit to left, fly ball to left. After that pop-up, Mallard now 1 for 3 today. Second ball game. First pitch is in there for strike one. Connor Bates came on in the fourth. Got the Apaches in order. He's faced 4 and retired 4. He's got that slow breaker and then the extra slow breaker. Slow, slower, and slowest. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fastball misses away. 2-1. Line shot foul down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Spieth just bogeyed 17, so I think that pretty much seals it. I think Spieth would have to hole out from the fairway, maybe to that ball's well hit right field. Going back to the wall, it goes high off the fence. Methvin going to chug into second with a stand-up double. That ball was mashed by Nathan Methvin. High off the wall in right field, probably about 3 feet from getting out of here. The Apaches still have some life here in the 5th. Here's Jordan Trahan. Trahan, 2 hits and 2 at-bats. He's got 2 RBIs. He's got both RBIs for the Apaches here in this game. First pitch to Jordan, pops it up. Right side, should be in play for Vion in right. Gets under it, makes the grab for the second out. So first pitch swing and Trahan flies out to right, and there's 2 outs. Here's Colton Whitehouse, 0 for 2 in this one. Flew out to center, popped up to second. Left-handed freshman from Houma, Louisiana, Connor Bates, has done a nice job here. He's faced 6 Apaches and he's retired 5 of them. Well hit center field. LaFleur over, though, and makes the grab. It's going to be an L8. That ball was hit on a line by Whitehouse, but that will retire the Apaches here in the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. Bengals lead it 7-2. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Mike Carter Field. Game 3 of the 3-game set. Bengals have had their way this weekend. 4-1 in the opener. 8-6 in extra innings in Game 1 today, and they lead it now 7-2. 3-run third and a 4-run fourth. Apaches had a 1-0 advantage. And it was 3-2 as we went to the fourth, but a big run, 4-run fourth inning. And here's the hottest hitter of the bunch, Hunter Fiducia. He's got 3 doubles in his last 3 plate appearances and 4 consecutive hits. There's another one the other way. 5 hits in a row. Fiducia on fire. And the thing you like about it is well, he's got a single to right, but all the last 4 hits of Fiducia are all to the other field. He's going to Oppo. So he's handling that bat really well. Here's the 9 spot. Jansen Bork. His sac fly his last time up. He does not have an official at bat. He walked his first time up and hit a sac fly. He's on the RBI here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Bork had a couple of hits in Game 1 as well. (7-2). Bengals lead it. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Now they're showing Jordan Spieth's quadruple bogey. He hit 2 balls in the water. And his 3rd ball finally does get over, and it goes into the bunker. So that was the first time I had seen that. That was the ending of Spieth's day right there, pretty much. No balls, 1 strike. There's a bunt. Whitehouse charging, throws to first. Nicely done by Colton Whitehouse. That's not an easy play. Bork is out on the 5-3 sacrifice. And Fiducia going to get to third base. So now you got to bring that infield in once again. With 1 out and a runner at third, it just seems like every time you turn around, you got to bring people in. Here's the pitch by Cheatham outside. Schwab keeps that ball at home plate. It's 1-0. Top of the lineup, Zach LaFleur. LaFleur's got 2 consecutive hits. RBI his last time up. 1-0 pitch from Cheatham. Missed inside, 2-0. 2-0 pitch, misses high, and you got to wonder how long they're going to go with Cheatham here. That was pitch number 90. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Zach LaFleur. That's right down Broadway, strike 1. LaFleur 2 for 3 in this one. Was 0 for 3 in the first game. Line drive off Cheatham's knee, and McCusick somehow comes up with it. It's going to go 1-4-3. The run will score. But nicely done there by Matt McCusick on the ricochet. Went off of the leg of Cheatham. He's out there shaking his head. I think he's fine. Coach Sherman's going to run out and check on his sophomore right-hander from White House, Texas. It's about time for him to probably come out anyways, but they're going to leave him in there. And he has thrown now 91 pitches. And it was Muckleroy earlier. Is he still down there?
Yeah.
So Chandler Muckleroy is ready to go as needed. With 2 outs here in the 6th. 1 run is already in for the Bengals. Here's Will Watson. Watson only 3 for 3 in this game. Line shot. Now he's 4 for 4. And that might be all. We'll see. Coach Sherman, how he handles this. 1B8. And for now, Cheatham's going to stay out there. 92 pitches now. Now you're going to get a pinch runner for Will Watson. It's number 21. And let's see who that is. 21 is Trenton Trosclair. We've seen that rascal all weekend. He did not start in this ball game, but he'll be the pinch runner at first for Watson. Probably stay in the outfield. First pitch over the plate, throw down to second, and they got him. Trosclair's out, caught stealing. And that'll end the inning finally. The Bengals scratch for another run. They just seem to chip away and add on. 8-2 now. Bengals over the Apaches, back for the bottom of the sixth in just a minute. Seven, 8, and 9 for the Apaches. Campbell, Schwab, and Pauly scheduled to come to home plate. Pops it up right side, could stay in play, over toward the Apache dugout, and in the Apache dugout, out of play. And it's a strike. Second strike, rather, on Jace Campbell. Campbell in this one, 1 for 1, singled and walked. No balls, 2 strikes. Connor Bates continues to work here for the Bengals. The ball's fouled out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Connor Bates has now thrown 27 pitches. Line shot left field, and it's going to drift foul into the Bengal bullpen. We'll do it again at 1-2. So I think it looks like Jordan Spieth's day is now done, and I can't even remember the name of the guy who won it. Spieth dropped 4 strokes on 1 hole. Kind of like a big inning in baseball. The Apaches gave up 4 in the 4th here. That was a big part in this ball game. At that point, it was a 1-run game. 3-2, they were trailing. And just like that, 4 runs by the Bengals. It went from 3-2 to 7-2. The Bengals added a single run in the 6th, and it's now 8-2. Swing and a miss. Campbell chases a ball in the dirt. And Fiducia rifles it down. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Connor Bates. And it'll be the second strikeout for the Bengal pitchers. As we noted earlier, Braxton Smith had not struck out any of the Apaches in his outing. He pitched 3 complete innings. Gave up 2 runs. Swing and a miss. Big hack right there by Brenton Schwab. Schwab lined out to the shortstop, popped up to second, 0 for 2 so far in this one. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, going to miss inside. It's 2-1. The Bengals 8 runs, 11 hits. The Apaches 2 runs and 8 hits. Next pitch is in there, and it's even at 2-2. So far, I guess we don't have any recorded errors in this ball game. A couple of donuts in the E column. Fly ball right field, drifting foul, and making the grab is Oren Veillon in foul territory. It's an F09. So this is the guy that won, huh? Danny Willett? Okay, so they're showing his highlights right now. Came back to defeat Jordan Spieth. Spieth gave up those 4 strokes on 1 hole, and that was the difference. One-0 pitch coming up here to Jared Pauly. Little looper, and the shortstop jumping grab there for Michael Clavery. And that ends the inning. It's going to be an L6. And we'll go to the 7th. This is the last chance for both clubs. Bengals lead at 8-2. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. We're back at baseball, and Oren Vion just grounded out to Hunter Wells at short. Chandler McElroy is a new pitcher for the Apaches. So you can close the book on Ryan Cheatham. He ended up throwing 94 pitches. He goes 6 complete innings, gives up 8 runs on 11 hits. McElroy, the sophomore right-hander, 6'4" and 215 from Nacogdoches, Central Heights High School. For Chandler, this is his 13th outing of the year, 14th outing of the year. He's 1-1 with a 2.60 ERA, 17 and a third, 17 strikeouts, 7 walks for the sophomore from Nacogdoches. 2-1 count. Pops this one up, left side. Nick Coombs hits it to third, and he is out. F05, nicely done over there at third by Colton Whitehouse. The sun is out in full force, and Coombs got under that one, so he is now 0 for 4 in this ball game. And here's Turner Francis, and well, we got a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter for the Bengals is going to be Hayden Mixon, the freshman infielder from Baton Rouge. First pitch to Mixon outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs and nobody aboard. Bengals lead 8-2. Trying to sweep a 3-game series from the Apaches. Fly ball right field. This should do it. Campbell's under it, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. A good clean inning for Chandler McElroy. The Apaches, put your rally caps on at home. They need 6 to tie, 7 to win. Back in just a minute with the bottom of the 7th. Well, here you go, Apache fans. You're right where you want to be in the top of the lineup. Matt McCusick will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 in this 3rd game of the series. Need base runners. First pitch swinging, pops it up. That is not what you need. Easy play, it's short. And Clavery squeezes out number 1, F6. Here's Hunter Wells. Hunter Wells 0 for 3 in this one. The Apaches 8 hits in this ball game. Nice job by the starter Braxton Smith, and now Connor Bates started the inning with 37 pitches. 12 pitch 4th, 11 pitch 5th, and a 14 pitch 6th. First pitch swing, and that's hit well to center. That's going to go over the head of LaFleur. Hunter Wells with a stand-up double, and there's still life. Well hit ball by Hunter Wells. And you got to string a bunch of those together right here. You do have a left-hander tossing ever so lightly down in the Bengal bullpen. Shadow's starting to creep toward home plate. Here's Mason Mallard, 1 for 3 in this ball game. Mallard going to lay down a bunt. It's going to go foul. And it's 0-1 on the Apache left fielder. Mallard 359 on the season for the Apaches. No balls, 1 strike. Well outside, 1-1. Bengals with 8 runs on 11 hits. The Apaches 2 runs on 9 hits. Bottom of inning number 7. This was a scheduled 9, but the first game went extra innings, so our best information tells us this is the last inning. First game goes extra innings in a 7-9 doubleheader. The second one reverts to the 7. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mallard. Mallard had a notion, did not swing, and it's 2-2. Mallard fouls that one off to our right, and will stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Apaches, their next home game will be this Wednesday against Brookhaven, and we will broadcast that ball game. It's a 6 o'clock start. Here's the next 2-2 pitch. Mallard, fly ball right field. Going back is Vayon, and he flags it down for the second out of the inning. And now the Apaches down to their last out. Nathan Methvin, 2 for 3 in this ball game. Got a hit in game 1 and an RBI, and was 0 for 4 last night. So gradually getting back into the swing of things. Apache first baseman. Coach Wren got him back in that 4 spot. I'm sure it takes a little while to get back into the rhythm of things, and hopefully that knee can stay healthy. Methvin chasing a high fastball, strike 1. Connor Bates brings another fastball. Now you're down to your last strike. Bates done a nice job in relief. 47 pitches so far for the freshman from Houma, Louisiana. After using 5 pitchers in game 1, Bengals have only used 2 here in this finale, as have the Apaches. 0-2 pitch, and Methvin fouls that off, and he'll get another try. Both teams used 5 pitchers in the first game. Quite a chess match. Back and forth we went in that first game. We went extra innings. And the Bengals were able to tally 2 runs in the top half of the 8th, and the Apaches could not match it. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, first base. This should do it. Francis steps on first, and there's your ball game. 3 unassisted. Your final line score, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Bengals. The Apaches, 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The big inning for the Bengals in this one was a 4-run 4th inning. A leadoff single by Fontenot, a double by Fiducia, sac fly by Bork, and then 3 hits in a row. A single by LaFleur, an infield single by Watson, a double by Vayon, and the damage was done. 4 runs in that inning for the Bengals on 5 hits. And that was the big difference in this ball game. Take that run, take that particular inning away, and it's a much closer game, totally different dynamics. But nonetheless, the Bengals will run their record to 38-1. They come in and sweep the Apaches here at Mike Carter. The Apaches will drop to 28-11. Apaches will have a couple days to lick their wounds, and then they'll have Brookhaven here in the friendly confines of Mike Carter. 6 o'clock start on April 13th, Wednesday. I'll be broadcasting that ball game, so hope you can stay with us. Take a quick peek at the box scores for you and try to give you some offensive standouts. For the visitors, the Bengals, out of the leadoff spot, LaFleur goes 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored and a couple RBIs. And Fiduccio, that rascal, from the middle of the first game on, he had 5 consecutive hits. Single to right, a 2-run double to left, and then in this game he was 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single. So there's your star of the game right there, the catcher, Hunter Fiduccio. 3 for 3, 3 runs scored for the Bengals. Well, you say that, but then Will Watson, that rascal, was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. So those two guys, really the difference in this second ball game. And, of course, they got pretty good pitching. Braxton Smith, his first start of the year, and then Connor Bates came on. I think Bates is going to be the pitcher of record, and I think he's going to get the win. Cheatham will take the loss. Cheatham's record will drop to 6-3 on the year. And so offensively for the Apaches, let's peek at their box score real quick. Trahan 2 for 3. Methvin goes 2 for 4, and those are the only multi-hit players in the lineup. McCusack 1 for 3. Hunter Wells 1 for 4 with a run scored. Mallard goes 1 for 4. And Jace Campbell 1 for 2. Paulie went 1 for 3 in the 9 spot. So that'll wrap things up. The Apaches unable to find a way to win a game against a very good LSU-Eunice Bengal team. They come into Mike Carter and sweep a 3-game series. 4-1 last night, 8-6 in extra innings in game 1, and then they turn right around. And, well, you can sure see how they have racked up the wins this year. They score runs in bunches, and if they get any kind of pitching and play some defense, they're going to be hard to beat come playoff time. You can see how that works. And Coach Willis in his 14th season, he's trying to go back-to-back for the first time. They have won, I think, 5 of the last 8 national titles, something along those lines. They have had a string of national championships in LSU-Eunice that is really impressive. And we wish them the best, a safe travels back for the Bengals. The Apaches, again, will have a couple of days to get themselves rested up and ready for battle against the Brookhaven Bears. Bears come to town Wednesday night, 6 o'clock start. That's a single 9-inning game. Look forward to calling that one for you. And then we'll have that 3-game series. Actually, it's a 4-game series. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to broadcast all 4 of those games against Coastal Bend. And, again, Coastal Bend is the only Region 14 team that the Apaches will compete with. Now, those are important games in the playoff picture, so we'll broadcast. Right now we're scheduled to do at least 3 of those. That schedule changed a little bit. About 10 days ago, we got an email about having to play an extra game here in Tyler. So we'll let you know as we get closer to that time what the schedule looks like on the broadcast side of it. But our next broadcast in the immediate future will be Wednesday, 6 o'clock. We'll be on the air about 5:45. Glad you're able to stay with us throughout the Masters going on. Feel bad for the old Jordan Spieth. Had that one bad hole. Kind of like the Apaches, except the Apaches had a couple of bad innings here in this last ball game. And you got to tip your cap to the Bengals, who were getting on that bus, sweeping a very quality, very good opponent in the Apaches on their home field and running the record to 38-1. Congrats to Coach Willis. The Apaches will learn and get better from this, and they'll be better because of it. And sometimes when you take these hits, you sometimes look at what you need to get a little better at, so that's always a good thing. And there's plenty of time to get things back on track for the Tyler Junior College Apaches. So that'll wrap things up for Mike Carter, for Dr. Tim Drain, Chuck Smith, Kelsey Weeks, the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College. This is Dr. John Gross signing off from Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. The Apaches dropped the final game of the 3-game series, 8-2. So long, everybody.